The pitch is burning, and the history books are ready to be rewritten. Vincent Kompany and his powerhouse Bayern Munich squad are on a relentless march, currently hunting down a near 80-year-old goal-scoring record that once belonged to the legendary Torino side. With an unbelievable 105 goals in just 29 games, the Bavarian Giants are absolutely dismantling their competition. And we are going to break down whether they have the gas left in the tank to cement their status as the most lethal offense in the history of the top 5 European leagues.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next up, we are taking you deep into the heart of a Bundesliga survival fight where desperation met determination. In a high-stakes relegation six-pointer, St. Pauli and Köln battled it out until the very last whistle in a match that saw Karol Metz net the opener for the hosts before a late, gut-wrenching penalty from Luka Waldschmidt secured a draw for the visitors. It was a gritty, nerve-wracking affair, and we have the full story on how this point drastically changes the landscape of the bottom half of the table. Shifting gears to the Bay Arena, Bayer Leverkusen is gearing up for a massive clash against Augsburg, with their eyes locked firmly on a top-4 finish. Kasper H. Hjulmand is welcoming back Jarell Quansah to his defensive line, while Robert Andrich looks to continue his red-hot form after his decisive strike against Borussia Dortmund last week. We are previewing the tactical setup and the predicted lineups as Manuel Baum looks to pull off a shock upset against a Leverkusen team that is desperate to close the gap on the Champions League spots. Finally, the road to the 2027 Women's World Cup is heating up as Germany prepares for a high-octane rematch against Austria. Christian Wück has his side flying high with a perfect qualifying record and a massive 14 goals already on the board, but with Captain Gilla Gwyn battling injury, the momentum could shift at any moment. Can Austria stop the powerhouse duo of Vivian Endemann and Jules Brand, or will Germany continue their total dominance? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update on these massive stories. What happens when a football juggernaut stops playing for wins and starts playing for history? Right now, Bayern Munich isn't just winning games under Vincent Kompany. They are dismantling opponents with a ruthless efficiency that we haven't seen in decades. After a brief anomaly last year where Bayer Leverkusen briefly interrupted their dominance, the Bavarians have returned to their throne with a vengeance. But this isn't just about another Bundesliga title. It's about a goal-scoring record that has stood for nearly 80 years. Think about this, 105 goals in just 29 games. To put that into perspective, they are outscoring the rest of the league by a massive 45-goal margin. They aren't just ahead of the pack, they are playing a different sport entirely. Currently, they are chasing the legendary Torino side from the 1947-48 season, who netted 123 goals. But here is the kicker. Torino had 40 games to reach that tally. Bayern has done this in only 29, and they only have 34 games to work with total. If they maintain their current average of 3.6 goals per match, they won't just break the record, they will shatter the efficiency metrics of the entire sport. While the Champions League semifinal against PSG is obviously the crown jewel of their season, you have to wonder if the squad will have the legs to push for the record once the domestic title is mathematically secure. Are we watching the greatest offensive machine in modern football history? Let me know in the comments if you think they'll cross the 123-goal mark before the final whistle blows. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more deep dives into the stats that define the beautiful game, because records are meant to be broken, and Bayern looks ready to rewrite the history books. In the cutthroat world of the Bundesliga relegation battle, every point is a lifeline, but sometimes a draw feels more like a missed opportunity than a victory. St. Pauli and Köln just went head-to-head in a classic six-pointer, and let's just say, neither side walked away feeling particularly relieved. The match kicked off with a tense, scrappy first half where St. Pauli really controlled the tempo, forcing Köln into a desperate game of long-ball survival. The highlight of that opening period. A brilliant reflex save from Marvin Schweb, who stuck out a leg to deny Andreas Hauntanji from point-blank range. It was a moment of quality in an otherwise cagey opening, leaving us deadlocked at the break. After the whistle for the second half, the game finally caught fire. Saddel Malin nearly shattered the crossbar with a thunderous effort, showing that Köln was finally ready to play. Not to be outdone, St. Pauli fired back with a header that looked destined for the net, only for Marius Bülter to pull off a heroic goal line clearance. It felt like the goal was coming, and sure enough, in the 69th minute, the Millern-Tor erupted. Hawk Wall set up Karol Metz, who nodded home the opener to put the hosts in the driver's seat. But in this league, you can never breathe easy. With time ticking away, a clumsy challenge from that same hero, Metz, on Jakub Kaminski handed Köln a golden ticket from the penalty spot. Luka Waldschmidt stepped up and buried it with ice-cold precision. The final whistle confirmed a 1-1 stalemate that frankly leaves both teams in a precarious spot. St. Pauli is now winless in 6, stuck in the relegation playoff zone, while Köln continues a gritty, unbeaten run that edges them up to 12th. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Bundesliga drama. Looking at how tight this table is, which of these two do you think has the steel to avoid the drop? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Could this be the momentum shift that puts Bayer Leverkusen firmly back into the Champions League conversation? Welcome back, football fans. This weekend, all eyes turn to the Bay Arena as Leverkusen prepares to host Augsburg in a clash that feels like a massive opportunity for the hosts. Fresh off a gritty, statement-making win against Borussia Dortmund, Leverkusen is sitting on 42 points, just 4 shy of that coveted fourth-place spot currently held by Leipzig. It is the kind of pressure that usually separates the contenders from the rest of the pack, and Xabi Alonso's side looks ready to strike. The biggest headline coming out of the training ground is the return of Jarell Quansah. After a frustrating 3-week layoff, the Englishman is finally back, anchoring a back three alongside Robert Andrich and Edmund Tapsoba. With Martin Terrier sidelined, we are going to see a fresh look in the final third, with Ibrahim Maza and Nathan Tella tasked with feeding Patrick Schick. It is a tactical gamble, but one that could pay dividends against an Augsburg side that is essentially coasting in mid-table. Don't let their 10th place standing fool you, though. Augsburg is 8 points clear of the danger zone and playing with nothing to lose. They actually beat Leverkusen back in December, but given their current form, repeating that performance is a tall order. With Kristlane Matsima still nursing that hamstring injury, Augsburg will be relying on their midfield duo of Robin Fellhauer and Fabian Rieder to stifle Leverkusen's rhythm. When you look at the projected lineups, Leverkusen clearly has the superior depth and motivation today. My prediction: expect Leverkusen to control the pace early and ride that Dortmund momentum to a crucial 3 points. But what do you think? Can Augsburg pull off another shocker, or is this the weekend Leverkusen finally storms the gates of the top 4? Let me know your score predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Bundesliga updates. Sometimes, the most important games aren't the ones between title favorites, but the ones that define the soul of a season. Is Germany truly unstoppable, or is this the weekend that Austria finds the cracks in their armor? Welcome back, football fans. We are looking ahead to this Saturday's Women's World Cup qualifier, where Germany travels to the BWT Stadion in Birkenberg to face Austria in a clash that feels much bigger than your average group stage fixture. Germany comes into this one with a perfect, pristine record, and frankly, they've been looking like a juggernaut. Even when things went sideways last Tuesday, specifically when their captain Giulia Gwynn had to leave the pitch early with an injury, they didn't just survive, they thrived. They dismantled Austria 5-1, a statement win that cemented their dominance. Now, that match wasn't totally perfect for the Germans. Austria's Chiara Anna D'Angelo managed to find the back of the net, marking the very first goal conceded by keeper Anne-Katrin Berger in this entire campaign. That little moment of vulnerability is exactly what Austria needs to build on if they want any hope of an upset this time around. Keep your eyes on Vivianne Endemann. She's been electric, scoring against every single team in the group so far, and with her upcoming move to Liverpool on the horizon, she's clearly playing with a massive point to prove. With Jule Brand, Lee Schuler, and Alyssa Sens also firing on all cylinders, Germany has racked up a staggering 14 goals in just 3 matches. The most in League A. It's clinical, it's aggressive, and it's a standard of football that is frankly hard to keep up with. Austria has their work cut out for them, and they'll need to play the game of their lives to keep that potent German attack quiet at the BWT Stadion. While all eyes are on this match, don't forget that Slovenia is also hosting Norway in the group's other big game, which could shake up the standings significantly. So, what's your prediction? Can Austria pull off the shock of the qualifying round, or will Germany march on with another dominant display? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to keep up with all the latest action on the road to the World Cup. At the end of the day, statistics tell us how a team plays, but it's that singular moment of magic that decides who walks away with the points.